so this first question asks to identify whether each element is or is not contained in plane MPL. So you first need to identify what plane they're talking about. Okay. In red here, it's just basically saying that this is point P. It's hard to see. If you look closely, you can see it, but that was a different color at one point, and then it becomes just like sort of shaded inside. Okay. So P is the intersection where this line JP and LK intersect. Okay, so the first thing is to find which plane we're talking about. So the plane we're talking about here is MPL, so M and then PL. Is that shaded or unshaded? Okay, so it might be the shaded plane, it might be the unshaded, depending on the version of the question you got. So what we're looking to do is see, are each of these sets of elements contained in the shaded plane? In order for that to happen, all of the points in the elements have to be in that same plane. So if we look at QL, so Q is down here and L is here. L is in the shaded plane, but Q is not. So the answer for this would be no. Again, I'm not sure if this is just a yes or no question here, but I believe it is. So this is not in the shaded plane MPL. NO, both points N and O. Now notice O back here has these dashed lines. And you can see that this entire plane right here is the shaded plane. Okay, so even though you don't see the shading right here, it's because it indicates this two-dimensional shape of it. So both N and O are on the shaded plane. So the answer to this would be yes. PJ, P is on the shaded plane, but J is not. So no. JK, neither J nor K is on the shaded plane, so no. Point P is. It's actually along the intersection of those planes, so it would be both in the shaded and unshaded. Ray PM, so P through M, even though it doesn't exist here, you could draw that. Both points P and M fall in the shaded plane, so that's a yes. And then finally, M and N, so here's M, here's N, both in the shaded plane. So that would be a yes.